like to have your hips and legs, every part of your leg, in good alignment, parallel to each other. Keep your torso lifted, engage your glute, and go forward. Note that the front knee does not go past the toe. The patellar tendon does line up with the first and second toe. It's helpful to observe yourself in a mirror or other reflective surface like the windows, especially when you're getting started with a new practice. Because this is just the psoas, and your legs are literally switch parallel to each other and alongside of each other. You won't need a stabilizer, a chair, a couch. Just make sure that your hips are even and squared and you're engaging your glute as you go forward. Torso lifted. Think of lengthening at the crown of your head, the very tippy top. And now we're going to lie down on the back. Comfy. Stretch your legs out long. Hug one knee into its own armpit and reach through the heel of the leg that is down. That way you're activating the posterior chain on one side while you're stretching it on the other. Reaching through the heel also helps to keep the hips in good alignment. Have your shoulder blades gently together and down with each repetition. Hug both legs in, give yourself a little back massage, rocking side to side. And one at a time, put your feet down. Pelvic tilt, so you're going to use the lowest abdominals to take your navel to your spine and your spine to the floor. Inhale and exhale, tilt, using your low abs, not squeezing your glutes or pushing with your legs. And this is a 5-count hold. Moving on into fairy dust. Exhale as the knees go one way, the head goes the other. Inhale through the center and exhale and switch. So the arm rotates up in the direction that the head is looking and down in the opposite direction. Glutes. Straight across, keep your sacrum on the ground as you bring that femur, that knee straight across to the other side. 90-degree angle at the knee, and turn the leg ideally so the shin is at a 45-degree angle to your spine. Bring the knee to the opposite bottom of the pec on the outside. Again, try to maintain scapular stabilization with the shoulder blades. We could ask Julian because he works on Chrome. He's the VR guy, and he does everything on Chrome. He has everything Chrome.
I really just ask think it has to do with Harlan being
And now
to the right account.
rotate. It's a bit like the Queen's wave. So whatever range of motion you achieved in the previous stretch, you maintain that. You're rotating the femur, which can also sound like try to bring your heel towards that opposite elbow. And other leg. Femur straight up and down. Keep the sacrum on the ground. Feel free to use the other hand to help hook and keep the hip down so you can be most specific with the lateral glute fibers, and 45 degrees towards the opposite, in my case armpit, but in your case bottom of the opposite pec. Try to maintain the non-exercising leg rotated inward and also across the midline. So here's for the piriformis, the side of the hip. So this is where you're rotating the femur by using the crank. And hamstring. So make sure your shoulder blades are set and this is not stressing your back as you keep your toes relaxed and extend your legs up to the ceiling. So it's the quickie bent knee hamstring stretch. Moving into the calf stretch. So legs must be straight, and on the exhale the toes are going towards the knees. Legs out long. Here's another really good thing to do. Drum the fingertips backwards into the ground. This helps to release the flexors and activate the posterior chain. All right, now we're going to get serious about the hip flexors. And if you have support only on one side, have it be on the side opposite of the side you're stretching. Big breath in and exhale, squeeze the glute and go forward. 1, 2. Inhale, back up tall and exhale. 1, 2. Adding the arm to reach up helps to open the chain further. This is, of course, optional and dependent on being able to do it with really good form. So now you really need the support because your foot and the back leg are on the same line. So if this were able to be shot at a different angle, it would be the same floorboard, not very wide. So you really need to take balance out of the equation by having a base of support. Of course, you need to make sure that your front knee is in good alignment. And so as second side. Hips nice and square. So the second position where they're on this in the same line is for the iliacus. You have to pay extra careful attention to the alignment of that front knee. Quads. One of these is also a hip flexor. In your case, I believe you will need to have your head on a pillow and find a different way to secure that leg in other than just sticking your toes to the floor like I seem to have done here. Other side. It's imperative that you do not arch your back in this, and that back heel is in fact lined up with its own sit bone. And like for all push-ups and planks and cat-cows, we have external rotation at the shoulders, internal from the elbows on down. Contralateral stabilization, one arm and the opposite leg, all with the most neutral spine. And always finish that off with another cat-cow. Ta-da! There you go. Thanks for stretching with me.